going, guys? David Goose. Going to talk some goose calling today. We got contest season coming up, but I'm always thinking about hunting season right around the corner. So obviously, when you see geese out in the distance, the very first thing you got to do is get their attention. There's a couple different ways to do it. Everybody kind of has their way, but one of my favorite ways is really just a simple, a loud moan, drawn out so they can hear it. It sounds something like this. So that's just a low note that they can hear, especially like if they're a little bit lower to the ground, but they're far out, kind of like similar to a train. So a train horn, it's kind of a little bit lower pitch, but it really rumbles off the ground. It's gonna be super loud. Once you kind of get their attention, it's important to keep them coming. Now, the best way I like to do that is to kind of go with like a cluck moan. And something like that, you can speed up and you can slow down depending on what the geese are doing. So if I'm starting them with my moan, then I'm just gonna keep building, get a little faster, getting excited. Sometimes, you know, the dog jumps too early, or flag guy's got his head sticking out of the blind, something like that, flare them off. Now there are ways to get the geese to come back, and it's called a comeback call. Now there's a fancier comeback call that I like to do. If you spend some time in the garage, you can do a spit note. Now that's a note that sounds like this. It's really aggressive, really loud note. After you got their attention, you got them on the deck, they're coming your way, you got to keep it that way. You want to show aggression, you want to make sure you sound like geese on the ground, geese feeding. So really good way to do that is just some simple murmur stuff. Probably one of the most basic notes on a goose call is the murmur, and it sounds like this. That's going to give you your feeding sounds that a goose is doing in the field. Now, if you need something more than that, if they're just not cooperating to it, it's not getting their attention, you can add some clucks in there, add some double clucks, add some moans. You want to sound like geese getting excited, coming up, and basically saying, hey, don't come here, there's food here, this is our food. And in a weird way, that's what, to a goose in the air, that's what they're going to want to hear, and that's what's going to make them land. So I'll kind of do that, mix in with some of the murmurs. Hopefully that'll do the trick for you. Sound like geese, man. That's what it's all about. Whoops. Obviously cut that out.
I'm keeping it.
You are. No, you gotta at least, okay.
That'll be your intro.
That's what happens when you practice too much. That and pissed off neighbors.
Doubt it.
For sure. They're moving. They just sold their house.